Hi, this is Daddy Claxton, and I want to talk to you today a little bit about net safety. You know, we've been running this series here on daddyclaxton.com about the importance of net safety, being mindful of what your children are doing on the internet, because there's lots of sites out there that they can run into that lead them straight to porn. And it could be totally by accident, totally an innocent move on your child's part. And you know, no matter what kind of blocking software you have on your machines, there are ways for kids to get around it. I mean, you punch in the word MySpace or Facebook on Google and add the words unblock, and you'll find ways that they can enter codes in, find proxies, find ways around your blocking efforts to get on those sites. And what I found with most kids is they don't have one MySpace account. They're going to have 2, 3, maybe 4 of them, different email addresses. They can go on Google and they can get as many email addresses as they want, and then they can create all these accounts, and Lord knows what they're doing in all of them. So as a parent, I'm encouraging you to be mindful of this and kind of take a closer look at what your kids are doing online. Find out where they're going, who they're talking to. You'd be surprised in some cases. I know I have been, and there's not a lot I can say about that at the moment, but certainly it's something to keep an eye on, and to really have some good conversations with your children. And one of the best tools I've found for that, particularly for the younger kids, is this cool little book by Adriana Cruz. It's called Little Red Hoodie, and it's an adaptation of the Little Red Riding Hood story, but it's about a little girl who comes home from school, instead of doing her homework, immediately jumps online, and while she's online chatting with her friends, in comes a note from an IM from her granny, and her granny says, you know, I'm sick, I'm tired, come on over and help me, blah 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 blah. And you can imagine how the story goes. And so when Little Red Hoodie gets to Grandma's house, Grandma is away and has been replaced by the big bad wolf, which could easily be a sexual offender, a sexual predator, somebody who's posing to be, you know, a child, or somebody your child's age, and saying, hey, I'm a buddy, why don't we meet? Let's, instead of doing this all online, let's just meet somewhere. And the cases of that happening with kids and going totally wrong are just too many to count. I heard a story last week from a counselor who was talking about how there was one sexual predator who had been caught online, had been thinking he was going to meet a young 14, 15-year-old girl online at an offline place, showed up, and of course was met by the police. Well, they went through the process. Either the guy was out on bond or waiting trial, or went through, got adjudicated and released, and was warned, you know, you are not allowed on the internet. So what happens? Within a week, same guy, same service they caught him through the first time, goes online, sets up a meet with a young girl who he thinks is a person who he thinks is a young girl, goes to meet the young girl, and it's the same cop who arrests him the first time is there to arrest him the second. I mean, you've got to pay attention to what your kids are doing online, because these jerks are out there, and they're writing bad stuff to your kids, and your kids are going, maybe they're a little squeamish at first, but then maybe they kind of get into it. Maybe there's something missing in their lives that's making this something that makes them feel good, and it's our job as parents to find out what those things are and to help our kids through them. So I wanted you to take a look at this book. It's Little Red Hoodie. There is a review about it on the website, daddyclaxton.com, and on the blog, and it's something worth checking out. There are some rules that Miss Cruz puts in the back of the book for kids, and they're called her safe internet use. One of them is the secret, is keep all your personal information personal, keep it private. As for kids, always ask your parents before they go meet anybody. If it makes you feel awkward, get off it, tell your parents immediately. And then, of course, for us parents, it's our job to educate our kids and let them know about the dangers that are out there of meeting folks online, discussing things with people who they don't know. There is an online stranger danger. I mean, it's real. And her final point is, always remember, when in doubt, just log out. Great information tips for our kids, and something we really ought to encourage them to do. So that's it for this update. Hope you're doing well. Make sure you hit the RSS feed here on the website to subscribe. Stay in touch, and we've got more great things coming here on DaddyClaxton.com.